Welcome to Wallace Wade Stadium on the campus of Duke University, and customarily a trip here involves a journey to K-ville. Instead, you will be engulfed by the Wade Wackos, the Duke fans ready for their Blue Devils to go to work. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the #3 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Duke Blue Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. So Georgia's offense is on the field for the first time today. And here he is, guys. Anytime he takes the field, he is in complete control of this offense.
And David, he gives defensive coordinators nightmares because of his ability. They're going to have a hard time slowing him down.
No, he just doesn't have those weaknesses, those flaws, the whole playbook available, and he is a dude.
Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. And off to Jones. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line. Off the play fake. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jones. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up 3rd down.
Off the bootleg and rolling out. Still on his feet. The freshman able to get home with the sack. On that play-action fake, the action was the quarterback got clobbered after he faked the handoff.
Yeah, it definitely didn't work. The fake is supposed to be the most important part of that, to try to get the guys to suck up just for a second. But you could tell the offensive line, they weren't able to hold their blocks. Defense got to them and got the sack.
So the Duke Blue Devils offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
They'll run the option. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He'll ride his man on the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And he's got it at the 25. Touchdown, Blue Devils. And once he got loose, it was all over.
And back in the day, you used to line up and your tight end was a blocker and you threw it to him short. Now, these guys are being so dynamic in space and so athletic. Now they can make big, huge plays for your offense and put points on the board in a hurry.
He'll bring it back looking for help. And the returner will be dragged down. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
To the air, it's Leon. He'll off one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Gets away. Throws for the tight end. Wide open downfield. And they'll finally... After he rips off a huge play. And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. And off to Jones. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. Now on 3rd down after that run. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. Georgia hunkers down in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Makes the grab. It's Gilliam. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Gets open down the middle. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. The Dogs will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Georgia! A great catch and run for 6.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Oh, what a move to get open. Hit the afterburners, kid. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. He's piled up 65 yards rushing in the early going, and he is making an impact in the 1st game of the season. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, and you see the sense of urgency now going up, right, David, on defense here, creating a negative play with their backs up against the wall.
Everybody's selling out to stop the run. Nice job being aggressive by this defense.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Duke. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
At the 45 on his way. Afterburner's coming. He's at the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure.
They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Oh, the offense averts absolute disaster by falling on that fumble. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. He'll toss it. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
On the option. He'll keep it himself. Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Now the defense has got it going the other way. Touchdown! Defense with the scoop and score.
And how about this defense making plays? Not only do you force the fumble, the awareness to scoop it up. Understand the difference between trying to jump on it, but pick it up and make a play. They make a play. In this offense, they have not put together a lot of scoring drives, and now they give up points on the other end. They got to get it together.
Put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Leaves it with the back. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. More importantly, we have an early barn burner here. Both teams firing on all cylinders, as our stats will show you. Defenses have some work to do to slow down these high-powered attacks as we start the second quarter. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. Still on his feet at the 45. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Now on 2nd down. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. Tackled there by the defense. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to power their way ahead. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. 1st down for this offense. Going to the ground. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets to 1st down. From the 22 on 1st and 10. They move the tight end all over. To the air on 1st down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. UGA trying to make this red zone trip pay off. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming.
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And that will extend their lead even further. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You, keep being aggressive.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. The Blue Devils are in the hurry-up. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
When linebackers blitz, not only do they have to be able to beat offensive linemen, but they're going to have to beat running backs and tight ends. You've got to have moves in your repertoire, and that linebacker showed that there.
Got his man. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
Takes the handoff. It's Bishop. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Blue Devils will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
To the ground with the back. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. And now on second down for this offense. Unloads quickly. At the 15, he's loose. And he breaks into the open. He's at the 40. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
That's one way to avoid a safety. Just get it to the other end of the field, and that's what they did. They've got it 1st and 10. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's picked off. Trying to take it back. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Gets it out quickly. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Blue Devils will hustle to the line. Going up top on 1st down. Finds his target down the middle. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
And get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast. And you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Quick completion to the right. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. They'll run it from the gun. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. On the option. He'll pitch it. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Now on 2nd and goal. The option look. The pitch. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
And they're able to get him down.
2nd quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too. And you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you've practiced all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Trying to pound their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
In a 4th and goal situation, bring in the beef. The goal line package, all the heavy guys, the tight ends, and just pound the rock when you need it. Running back falling forward, getting a touchdown. Offense just went big on your booty.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And with time running out here in the first half, this offense will choose to take a knee. No surprise, looks as if they'll be content just to head to the locker room. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Durham. And you know, in a day where the spread option and air raid are the offenses of choice, How nice is it to see the 3 yards and a cloud of dust approach? Although we've also seen some runs go for a lot longer. Physical offensive lines coupled with great backs is like a throwback to the olden days, and that's refreshing. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Brooks Field inside Wallace Wade Stadium.
Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They put points on the board in the first half, but still find themselves in a hole.
And if I'm this offense, man, I'm not trying to change anything. I scored a bunch of points. I've been successful. Jesse, the defense has to catch up here in the second half.
Yeah, they do. They're going to have to start making plays, but you can only control what you can control. So for the offense, go out, do your job, trusting that your defense is going to make a play.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense set for a first down play. Pulls it, fired, complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They'll line up for a second down play. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. Give to the running back. Still running at the 40. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, the defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the ground.
And the Blue Devils will keep this drive going.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Now on first down from the 43. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Flips it out to the back. And the defense coming with bad intentions. They knock him down for a loss.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Let's go! Wants to throw on second down. Fires to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. It must be great to be a Georgia linebacker. Coming downhill with speed. Defensive front eats up blockers, and you make the play.
It is nice, and it's nice because usually they got 3 guys in front of you. They're eating 5. And those linebackers get to come downhill, make plays in the backfield like you saw right here.
He's going to take off. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Well, just nowhere to go there. And it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
Using the quick game. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. And that can really take the wind out of a defense's sails when you convert with a fourth down completion.
Great chemistry there between the quarterback and his target. Fourth down, you got to have it. You got to be on the same page, and they were there.
Now the pitch. They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Now on the option. Now the toss. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24. This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? Looking to throw for it. Quickly complete. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, and we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Touchdown, Duke! They take the lead with the 6. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties or put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
Georgia, 24.
Coming out with it, it's Tuggle. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Leaves it with the back. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Dropping back, it's Leon. Got his man in the middle. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. And off to Jones. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. This offense has a second down plan. If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who starred through the first 3 periods. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. A 3rd and long coming up here. Escapes the sack. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Running it back, it's Wells. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. On the option. He'll pitch it. At the 40, there he goes. Running toward the tape. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Blue Devils. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. He's going to pass. Going to try to pop one on the screen. At the 45, on his way. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Hauls it in. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got him downfield. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense.
First and goal, Georgia.
And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Georgia. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
On the run from inside his own 5. He gets a block. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field, looking for a productive play on first down. He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play.
Well, the defense had the perfect play call on there. Offense trying to go toss into the boundary, but the defense dialed up the corner blitz. Perfect play for the perfect moment. They get the tackle for loss.
Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving.
Defense doing their job, getting that last stop, and now 3rd in California. Not a lot of play calls to convert this, so defensively, let's get off the field now. The clock's running. We need to give it back to our offense with as much time as possible.
He's going to throw deep right side. And a big play on the outside. What a job to keep those feet in bounds and get the completion. And you know the standard is indisputable. And the officials will change the call. The Blue Devils will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. On the return, it's Tuggle. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Running back searching for a hole. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with 2nd and short. He'll run it again. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
They came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. Let's see what they've got on second down. To the air, it's Leon. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. And the Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a space. Lets it fly deep downfield. And that one is picked up in the end zone. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
When you get in the red area, as a quarterback, you got to be dialed in. You got to be really sharp, really crisp. You have to play with great timing. The field is so shrunk. Everybody's got such a little area to cover. Fitting in at tight windows is tough to do, and he failed on that play right now.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. This defense is going to have to sell out to stop the run and try to get the ball back one last time. They'll run it from the gun. Very useful run there to get away from the goal line. He'll pick up 4 out to the 6.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. The give to the tailback. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Backed up at the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Quickly out to the tight end. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the shower of flags, it's 1st and 15 for this offense. Leaves it with the running back. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Now 2nd down as they try to run this clock. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Now the toss. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense. It's a turnover. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. As they come to the line on 2nd down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that clock winding. From the gun, the running back has it. On the move at the 30. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead late in the 4th quarter, inside of a minute. I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee.
And that's the best formation you practice every single week because you know the ball game is over. We just did enough to get it done. Just watch it tick down to 0 and enjoy the dub.
And the Blue Devils decide to punt it away. A low line drive and not his best work. And this kick will be marked down just inside the 45-yard line. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.